As we have the opportunity to talk with key decision makers like you with responsibility for influencing and maximizing company operations, we hear about the challenges you face with the equipment and tool rental process. In fact, these three numbers tell a story about the need for improved visibility and accountability, streamlined processes, and cost control and reduction throughout the rental process. In a survey conducted by Texas A&M University, 82% of commercial and industrial firms acknowledged that an increase in rental utilization would directly result in an increased operational return on investment. However, in that same survey, 46% of key decision makers acknowledged they don't track rental utilization. Based on the data that RSC has tracked over the last several years, 24% of rentals go past their estimated due date, and it's an average of 15 days overdue. Leaders like you tell us how equipment rental affects short and long-term strategies. Here is another way to look at it. Our customers tell us about the many different factors that affect the overall rental scenario. These include decentralization. While necessary in many organizations, decentralized processes can create challenges to overall effectiveness. Varying systems are utilized to manage equipment. Numerous vendors are enlisted to help you with your rental needs. Multiple employees that are tasked with finding equipment and tools. And numerous crafts that require the right tools and equipment at the right time. So what are the results of all of these factors that affect the rental scenario? First, organizations routinely rent too much equipment. Rental duplication occurs, which leads to wasted resources across projects. Second, equipment is typically kept past its expected due date, which leads to unnecessary past due expenditures. And finally, there is excessive complexity in rental management. Employees instill and utilize a number of different systems, including sticky notes and spreadsheets, in an attempt to track rentals. In fact, we hear about excessive swivel time, which vividly describes how an administrator swivels from a manual process in a computer system in an attempt to manage rentals. The end result of too much, too long, and too complex are excessive rental costs. Excessive time spent managing the process, and the reduced productivity of your most precious asset, the people that are trying to manage all of this chaos. This is at best a fragmented, reactive process. And it puts your organization at risk. The greatest risk is not knowing how this process affects future goals, effectively moving from today to a desired level of future operational excellence is affected by equipment rental. Failure to move away from this reactive process limits the potential growth trajectory of your organization. So how do some companies choose to deal with these risks? Some companies focus on price as a way to manage rentals. They seek the lowest line item price in perceived advantageous terms in an effort to manage equipment, when in fact, price is attributed to only 1/6 the financial impact of truly facing the issues of too much, too long, and too complex. So in other words, choosing to manage your equipment rentals strictly by price sends your company into the abyss. Companies are choosing to work with RSC in an attempt to find a better way to bridge the gap from today to the future they wish to achieve. They recognize that equipment rental affects employee engagement, employee productivity, and overall project costs. Only by working with RSC can you achieve your organizational goals. Let's take a look at those goals and how best-in-class organizations are working with RSC to achieve them. The first goal is that of improved visibility and accountability. What if you had true insight into all the aspects in the rental process? With tools such as RSC's Total Control, you will have unparalleled visibility management, functionality to optimize the rental process. You'll be able to reduce rental redundancies and late rental returns. And with RSC's management by exception strategy, you can focus on actionable data by criteria that you define to empower you and your team to make the best strategic equipment decisions possible. Some companies also leverage embedded GPS technology. The second goal is that of streamlined processes and operations. What if you had a partner in managing equipment effectively? With RSC's management services strategy, you will have a dedicated advocate that is intimately familiar with your organization's processes. You will have the equipment and tools necessary to maximize productivity and, most importantly, a partner in maintaining a safe and efficient working environment for every member of your team. The third goal is that of cost control and cost reduction. What if you had the right tools and the right strategy to make a substantial impact on your organization's return on investment and equipment costs? With customized scorecards and key performance indicators that are benchmarked against industry standards, you will be able to empower you and your team to achieve the highest level of efficiency. With customized data to validate and justify rental decisions, and more importantly, actionable data to help you make future decisions. Companies are choosing to work with RSC to achieve these goals. We refer to this strategy as RSC consumption management. While this might be an unfamiliar premise, it's a new strategy that companies such as yourself are leveraging to magnify savings to 6 times that of price. And it can only be achieved by working with RSC. With the right tools and the right strategy, with streamlined processes that drive cost savings, that's the heart of consumption management. And it is the bridge that crosses the gap from today to the future operational excellence that positively impacts your organization. So if you want to truly align all of the factors associated with equipment rental, if you want to move from a reactive, fragmented process to a true, proactive, repeatable rental program, And if you want to replace risk with success, then the only clear path forward is to work with RSC. This is what best-in-class organizations are choosing to do. The combined power of you and RSC will drive your organization to unparalleled operational success. A major oil and gas company made the decision to work with RSC to improve their rental strategy. These three numbers tell a story about that success. This company achieved a 35% increase in rental utilization on key items. At the same time, they achieved a 28% decrease in rental costs. And they accomplished this in only 3 months working with RSC. So let's talk about how you and RSC can work together to achieve similar results. So, what do you think? Where do you want to go from here?